G'day guys, how you going? I'm Iski. Welcome to my YouTube video. And actually today this video is going to be a real special one. None of this boring me building my home cinema on my YouTube channel. This video is going to be really cool. Hopefully it's going to be good. I'm excited, and that's because I finally got myself an EH-TW9400 projector. It's Epson's home cinema flagship projector, and overseas it's also known as the 6050 UB. And in Australia you just can't get them, not for at least another 4 or 5 months apparently. And I just happened to get one the other day. A friend and myself, we went to our local AV retailer. My mate actually wanted to buy one. I just really wanted to see one because I'm thinking about buying one at the end of this build. But while we were in there, we'd already rung around and knew that Australia had none. But while we were there, the guy that was serving us actually came back to us and said, "Listen, I've got one. Do you want it?" And my mate jumped on it, and he's given it to me for a week and a half. So this video is about me doing a very half-assed unboxing because I was doing it under pressure. I had my mate here, and I just wanted to get some footage of me unboxing this and doing a setup. But I got some stuff, it'll be okay. It goes for 20 minutes, so I'm going to play that now, and then we're going to come back, and if you want you can hear my thoughts, my initial impressions about that projector compared to my projector, which is basically a 10-year-old EH-TW9500, which has amazing black levels. It has an amazing picture, full stop. So I'll come back and I'll tell you things about the black levels, the light output, the fan levels, the 4K shifting compared to the 1080p of my projector, compared, mind you, to the native 4K. Because while we were at this shop, we got lucky and we got to see the Epson side by side with a Sony $12,000 projector, which was, I think it was called the VW590ES. And I'll let you know what I thought compared to that projector, what the 9400 was like. I'm pretty sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers. But anyway, come back after this is done and I'll give you my thoughts. But let's just play this video. G'day guys, how you going? I'm Iski. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we have a pretty interesting, a very special day actually. And this is, apologies for this video. It's a very rushed video. I didn't expect to get what I've just received. But you know that I'm building this home cinema, right? I've been building it on YouTube for a very long time. And one of the projectors that I basically thought that I might want to use, it's a very good chance that I was going to buy one of these anyway. A mate of mine, Kevin, who is actually sitting just here, but he's a bit camera shy. Well, we have just been out to our local video retailer, I guess you could say, and we bought one. We just bought an EH-TW9400, and in Australia at the moment, you just can't get them because they're just rare as hen's teeth. There's like some chip that needs to be made, and there's none in Australia. But we were lucky. We were offered one of the white ones, so they're normally a couple of $100 more, but we actually picked this up, or Kevin picked it up for a couple of $100 less. It has the W at the end, which stands for wireless, which is a really cool thing. It's right here. So Kevin has actually graciously offered to leave it here for a week or so, and I get to play with it with all of my screens that I've been installing in my cinema. So what we're going to do right now is open this box, have a look inside, set it up, and then later on tonight we're going to be watching some movies, and I'm going to compare this projector here to what I've been watching for the past, I don't know, 6 months or so. And that projector is a 10-year-old EH-TW9500, which has the most amazing black levels. But that's the plan for today. That's this video at least. I'm just making this as I go along. I didn't plan on doing this, and making a video in front of my mate, I feel like I feel stupid, but we're just gonna kind of plod along and get through this. But this is kind of like my very first unboxing. So let's do it. I'll quickly show you the video. Oh, not the video, the box. Have a look down here. We have our Epson EH-TW9400W. So the W basically stands for wireless. It's exactly the same, apart from that this projector is a wireless projector. You can use a HDMI cable, or you can just, you know, transfer your files wirelessly, I guess. And it is also white. But I know Kevin did want a black one, but the fact is you can't get them for probably the next 3 or 4 months at least. So we're more than happy to kind of grab this one. And I was more than happy for him to grab that one as well, because I get to play around with it and try it out. So I'm just going to set you up here, and we are quickly going to open it. Do you want to open this, Kevin? It's yours. You can talk. You can say stuff. He's shy. I don't blame him. I hate doing YouTube. Not really. All right, so let's just set this up. Are you sure you don't want to open it? I can turn this off and you can do it. It's your projector. Are you sure? All right. Okay, so I'm taking over. We've got a razor blade just off the floor. We've got razor blades on my floor. So let's try this. Now we picked this up for, what did we pay for this? $44.50. So this costs $4,450. And these are normally, I think they're a couple of $100 more than what the standard black ones are, because of the wireless function. So let's open this up. Got a bit of cardboard. What a beautiful bit of cardboard. Get rid of that. We have special bonus. Congratulations on your purchase of your Epson projector. This is register your projector and the special bonus. So I will give this to Kevin and he can read through this. Looks like there's something else in there. I think maybe a CD, I don't know. Okay, so we gotta get this out. How's the best way? Let's pull this out first. What's in here? Let me just check my camera, see if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Move you a bit closer. Don't know which way is up and which way is down. Oh, this way. Oh, okay, so we have our power leads. They give us 2 power leads. It looks like there's a short one and there's a very long one. I have about 200 of those leads just behind there on the wall. And we have here what's this for? Oh, this it's like an adapter that goes in the back of this. I'm not sure what this is for. I wouldn't have thought that this was, we'll soon find out. Switching power supply. I don't know what that is. We'll look into that a bit later. And we have our remote control. Actually, I might get some better lighting over here. Might be better. Yeah, this remote's really nice. Okay. And we have, well, I don't even know what that is. We'll work that out a bit later. I'm not sure what's in this box. Oh, I know what that is. I know what this power supply is, because this is a wireless. I'd say because it's a wireless unit. Is this like, yeah, so this is your wireless transmitter. So this is your wireless transmitter, and this power adapter powers this wireless transmitter. So cool. Here we go, Epson wireless HD transmitter. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll put those two, I'll leave those in the box. I'll give this remote. I'll just give you a quick look. Apologies for the lighting. This is just a really rushed video. I seriously didn't expect to do this. I just want to do it very quickly while Kevin's here. Here you go, mate. You can have a look at that. All right. So this is easy. Let's have a look at the projector. So I like this. You can just lift these foam inserts out. That's really easy, rather than have to pull the entire thing off to get them off. 1, 2. You sure you don't want to do the honors? Do the honors? Okay. Oh. There we go. Whoa, look at that. That is clean. That is so clean. Look at that. Wow. Let's have a bit of a look here. Okay, so I guess the next thing we want to do is actually turn it on and plug it in. I'll show you just quickly, for people who haven't seen my channel before, what I'm using at the moment. If we come up here, this is all dodgy by the way, just on a cupboard over here, we are using a EH-TW9400. Now these projectors are exactly the same as the 5500s, basically exactly the same as the 5500s. I think they're about 10 years old, and the thing with these projectors, they have amazing black levels, but they're only 1080p, which is fine. I don't mind 1080p. I don't even see the pixels from my seat, but I actually really want one. So I want something that has lens memory, which is why I want one of these or something similar. And tonight, over the next week, I'll be probably making a few videos of me, you know, testing this sucker out, testing out the lens memory functions and playing some footage, seeing what it's like, and comparing it, more importantly, to my 4500. Now that projector underneath there, I actually bought that earlier on, just before I bought that 4500. I bought that one, and that is an EH-TW5600. It's a newer model, that's for sure. But the 4500, the older one, has much better blacks. In fact, the picture, just the whole picture is much better. But I'm hoping that the black levels on this Epson are going to be, you know, in par with that. But having said that, I'm just going to kind of set this up. I might just set you on a tripod somewhere and do a bit of a time lapse. Alright, so finally got this all nice and level, but now we're just going to pull it apart. That projector isn't as big and heavy as I thought it would be. You know, the one that you just bought. All right, that's pretty level. let me just see how heavy this is. See if I can do this on my own. Confident. Oh yeah, that's really light. Man, it's really light. It's like everyone's saying how heavy they are, and it's heavier than the other ones. Oh, there we go. Let's make sure there's no rocking. Okay, do you want to do the honors? Do you want to plug it in? You what? I'll do that. Yep, we've got a HDMI. Right, let's have a look. Okay. There we go. Now, how do you... Oh, there we go. No, it actually comes off completely, mate. Okay. All right, so I've got a HDMI cable here somewhere. Here we go. Let's plug this into HDMI 1. All right, so I'll show you the current setup. We've got our projector sitting up the top here. Now this projector is, I think it's about 7.1 or 7.2 meters away from the screen being down there. Now, obviously, if you haven't seen my channel before, I'm actually building this cinema at the moment. And that screen down there is 150 inches, and eventually it will be a 180-inch screen. But I will be eventually building my projector into the soffit up the back here. But for now, just setting it on these shelves here, drawers I should say, next best thing. So what do you think, mate? Should we turn these lights off and shut the curtains? All right, sounds good. I'll just set the camera back here. Put everything together. Hey? Yeah, we'll have to go and turn the computer on first. Hey Google, turn off the cinema lights. Have you got your remote? Just hit the power and see if actually hang on a second, let me just bring this camera up here. See if this... Hey Google, turn on the cinema lights. All right, now see if the lens, the motorized lens cover opens.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, hit the power.
Have you got the power turned on there?
Yeah.
No, but it should be just on.
There you go. Oh, how good is that?
I reckon they're a little bit on dust. Get the dust on.
Hey Google, can you see where the Epson logo is all the way up there? Hey Google, turn off the cinema lights. Just bring up the, is that, where's your remote? Do you want to do the honors?
Ah, you do.
So is this completely backlit? Yep. All right, so let's just bring up the, let's go home, see what happens. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Whoa, that's bright. That is incredibly bright, but half of it's on the ceiling, and yeah, that'll do it to you. Okay, so how do we... Should we be looking at the manual?
You put a CD in.
Do you?
Fucking have. Yeah.
Where do you put the CD?
The computer.
In the computer to do... to
read about what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
No.
So the instructions are on a CD. Oh, bugger that.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
Connection guide down there.
Yep, I'm just looking. Oh, okay, so this is actually, so I can see HDMI 2. I reckon that'd be 1. So this is bringing up my computer, I think. Lens shift adjust. Oh, hang on, that might. Oh, there we go. Oh man, that is so nice. How good is that? Okay, so we want to zoom. That's lens shift. What about zoom? Auto focus. So adjust focus. Oh, I see what we have to do. Oh no, now I know how to do it. Oh, that's better. So if we hit lens again, that might actually zoom. All right, so that's going to zoom it. Oh, that's pretty easy. Oh, look at that. That's so much nicer than mine, I think. Pretty sure. Oh, that's
What aspect are we in?
What aspect? It's 16:9. They only does one aspect. Let's just go to lens shift.
Bring it down.
Wow, that is so good. It's on an angle though. I wonder if we can adjust the picture. No, I'm going past it. Oh, this is the best. Like I can actually do this from down here and see if it's in focus.
Yeah.
This is what I couldn't do before. I used to sit up there with binoculars and.
PDF's coming up pretty good.
That's sharp enough. That's sharp enough. All right, now let's bring up Cody. Let's get this out of the way. Man, that is so much brighter than the 1600 lumen 4500. It's wow.
It didn't look like a 120 screen.
No, I didn't think so
I
either.
thought that was small.
Yeah, I thought that was 100 at least.
I'm sure mine's bigger than that.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit better.
That is better than mine, isn't it? Do you think?
It's sharper.
It's definitely
the
sharp.
black is,
I don't know. Let's.
no, it's a greeny black,
It's a slightly different. Yeah.
but the face looks a little bit different to me to what the other one was. More detail.
Yeah, I just want to see the pixels. Yeah, the pixels are tiny.
Bring up Tron again.
Tron? We'll
Yeah.
put some Tron on.
Just to see, we watched that before we left.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of fine tuning you can do as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is out of the box.
Exactly. Man, that is nice. I think that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Don't know where the audio is. But that's okay. I can't have the audio. If I actually.
Wait a minute, it should be there. Shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's because
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
be because my computer, the way I've turned the computer on, and because I've changed the projector over.
Yeah.
It does it all the time. I have to actually, if I want the audio to come through, I'll have to go over and turn the amp off and turn it on again.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp.
Yeah, so where have we gone past it? That is sharp. That just looking at the words compared to what mine was, they don't suck anymore.
This will be interesting.
Here we go. Comparison, yeah. So we actually watched this Tron Legacy before we went to the shop to buy this thing, and so we could get a good idea of what it might look like after. So let's hit this, and we'll actually start from here, and we'll go back.
Sharper.
It is definitely. Now you were saying that the glow around the lights was pretty pronounced before. It's not as pronounced now, is it?
Oh, it's better.
Right.
It's not blurry.
Right. I don't think I'll do any more of the video, but
Yeah.
hang on. So how do I get rid of that adjust thing? So I have to hit. Wow.
It was bleeding before. The colour on the edge was bleeding around those circles.
Was it?
Yeah.
What on mine?
Yeah. No, it's more
What circles are you talking about?
on his uniform. See?
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah,
not bleeding on the edges.
yeah, yeah. What do you think with the What do you think compared to mine with the black bars? Do you think they're as black or not, or blacker or the same? I think it's the same.
Similar.
Very similar, hey. The picture is definitely better, I think, than it's definitely nicer than my 4500. I mean, just looking at that reflection in that bottom down the bottom there, I can't remember seeing that in my picture, to be honest with you.
A little bit more detail here, I think.
Yeah. And remember, there's still a lot of light bleed in this room. Wow. And the sound, the fan's not too bad. Like I can hear it because there's no sound, there's no audio coming out.
Well, we don't know what setting you're on too. Cinema.
Oh yeah, let's check that out. So where's the menu button? Is that there? Here we go. So let's have a look. We are
Cinema. Bright cinema.
So we are on bright. Okay, so let's have a look at dynamic. Oh, that's blacker, is it? Do you reckon that's blacker?
Brighter.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is nice. The projector definitely goes up a notch, doesn't it? I reckon that's the blacks in this are equivalent, if not maybe even slightly better to the 4500. Look at the helmet. So look at that.
Pretty good, the natural.
It's not bad still. It's better than the natural on the older ones. Cinema. It's digital cinema. All right, so we're ready for dynamic again. Wow. Yeah, the light around the EL light on their uniforms is definitely sharper. I wish I could see what I was doing. Oh no, it's got a freaking light on it, doesn't it? Escape out of that. Yeah, that's awesome. That is beautiful. I must have seen that shot on my projector like 100 times before, and it's never looked as good as what I just saw it just then. You know, I'm basically sold, I think. I think this is what I'm going to get.
Good black.
It is, yeah. You happy with that? You happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy with your purchase? It's better than yours. Man, it's 10 times better. Wow.
Yeah, that's sharp.
There, it is, definitely.
You put the Sony on now?
G'day guys, how are you? It's Iski here. Welcome to my YouTube video. And what we're looking at right up there, nestled in my soffit, is the EH-TW9400. It's Epson's flagship model projector. It's also known as the 6050UB. I think that's mainly in the US, they call it that. And this belongs to a friend of mine, and I've probably mentioned it in a couple of previous videos. And the deal is, I have to take it back to him tomorrow. I have to take it over to his house and set it up on his ceiling wall, put it on a mount and put it up for him. He's just had his hip replaced, and yeah, he wants it back, and it sucks. I have to leave it. I mean, I can't use it anymore. It's been fantastic. I've had it for 3 weeks though, which is incredible. I mean, who actually, let's turn around and look at the screen, who actually gets to preview maybe a future projector that they might get and get it in their cinema for 3 weeks. I've been really lucky. So thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it, mate. You're awesome. But yeah, I thought I'd like to get a bit of footage, basically, just on the camera. And I thought I might do a bit of a narration and you know, some thoughts maybe about this projector. I love it. I think it's an amazing projector. Now, before I go into it anymore, I'll just tell you now, one of the things that I hate when I watch YouTubers that do projector comparisons and reviews, etc., they really just kind of gloss over. They don't even tell you how much better the quality of the image that you are seeing on your phone, or however you're viewing it. If you're viewing it on a computer monitor with backlights, listen, the image that you are seeing is normally 10 times better than the image that is actually on the screen. I'm going to be up front with you, and I'll just tell you now that me looking in my camera viewfinder, the picture looks insanely amazing. It looks almost like it could be a plasma quality type of image. I mean, the blacks are intense, but in person, it's not like that. Honestly, it's not. It does look good though. It does look excellent compared to my projector, which I already thought was excellent. This one is so much nicer. And that projector was the EH-TW9500. That's my projector, and I'll be upgrading from that when my cinema is done. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that yeah, what you see on your phone or however you're viewing YouTube, it's not what the people are seeing in real life. It's nowhere near it. In fact, I did this experiment, and you're gonna laugh because I always laugh about it when I think about it. I actually found a 720p HD projector at the dump. I think I was pretty old, and I found it at the dump. It worked. I took a bit of footage on my phone and I just uploaded it to one of my Facebook groups, and everyone was marveling at the picture. It was a sharp projector. Everyone was saying, "Oh, what is that? That's 4K. That's 4K, right?" And oh, the blacks are incredible, and the colors, etc., etc. And I was just laughing. I was at home going, "Oh man, come on, guys!" But it was because they were viewing it through their phones or through another device. It's not what you're seeing. So that's just basically an exercise that I did once, just to kind of prove my point. But having said that, I don't want to take away from this projector. This projector is amazing. The picture that I'm seeing here in person is still absolutely incredible. The blacks are pretty good. The blacks are very good. The colors are still excellent. The sharpness is amazing. Seriously, when we bought this projector, we were together when we bought this. The Sony, it was side by side with a $12,000 Sony. It was the 570, and I'll tell you now, it wasn't that much better. I mean, the blacks, that was the only thing different. The blacks were only ever so slightly deeper, just a little bit. Definitely not $7,000 difference deeper. And that's how much it costs, like $12,000 for that thing, and this thing costs $4,300. But as far as the sharpness was concerned, we couldn't tell the difference between that native 4K of the Sony and this fake 4K. We couldn't, honestly, we couldn't. I had to actually walk up to the screen and have and I've got excellent eyes, by the way. I've never had an eye issue. I've always prided myself on my hearing and my eyesight. So, yeah, but I had to walk up to the screen to see the pixels, and that's within a meter. But having said that, I walked up to the Sony and I couldn't see any pixels. So I was pretty impressed. But who actually sits 1 meter or less than 1 meter away from their projector screen? Right? No one. But yeah, so the sharpness is not an issue as far as when you're doing a side by side. We asked the guy, how are these set up? And he said that they've been fully calibrated and they're at their full potential. And we both couldn't believe that this Epson was virtually as good as a $12,000 Sony. In fact, I actually asked him to turn off each projector individually because I was scared maybe, some of the light overflow could have been putting us off. And yeah, he did it, and our views didn't change at all. Like I said, the Sony, the only thing it had going for it was the blacks were a tiny bit better, but not $7,000 better. Having said that, this projector that we're watching, the blacks are excellent. I love them. I did this comparison with my projector, the 4500, the Epson EH-TW9400. Yeah, it's a funny thing, I love that projector. I really did until I started watching this one. I love my 4500, even though it's 10 years old and it's 1080p. It doesn't have the fake 4K. I still don't have a problem with the pixels being 1080p with that projector. Now I'll let you know we're watching this screen we're watching on. This is this is 150-inch 16:9. In fact, let's play something because this is kind of pointless just watching this. Let's actually put something on. How is Big Buck Bunny sounding? Good to me. Basically, where was I? What was I saying? I can't even remember now. Yeah. So my projector, I did this day where I was kind of doing a side. It wasn't even so I couldn't do a side by side comparison, but I would turn mine on and then turn it off and put this on and try to work out what I like better. And basically, there was no comparison. This 9400 or the 6050 was miles ahead. But the thing that kept putting me off was the black levels. You know how a lot of people always banging on about they can't stand the black bars on their projector or on their screens. Well, I've never got that. I could never understand that. With my 4500, I never had that problem. It was never an issue to me. In fact, I don't even know if I really needed to do masking in the end. But with this projector here, now that I'm looking at the latest model, the 6050, yeah, the black the black bars have become an issue for me. I don't like them because they kind of stand out more so. They look a lot not as black, but that's because the picture is so much brighter. And yeah, when you look back at my picture, you can see the picture is really, really dim. The colors don't have any pop to them. And yeah, so the 4500 is a really nice projector until you get this projector, basically. But yeah, like I said, the blacks I never had a problem with the black bars on my projector, the 4500, but I really don't like them now watching this projector. But it's because you have to make sacrifices, and it's I mean, the colors on this are so much better because of the brightness of the screen, whereas mine, yeah, they're just not. Having said that, when I get settled into my projector, I'll fall in love with it again. I guarantee you, really will. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a bit of footage and show you guys. This is a really cool little bit of animation, this. In fact, maybe, should we watch a bit more of this or should I change? Let's actually stop this and put something that has real people and real kind of real worldly events, I guess you could say. Let's put on timescapes. Where is it? There it is. Should we go from the beginning? No, let's just start from wherever I left off last time. But yeah, I love it. I really do. So I've mentioned before the Sony. Now, for me, what projector was I going to buy? I really wanted either this projector or the NX7, the JVC. But because you would think that the JVC, in my eyes, you'd think that the JVC, which is in Australia, you can pick that up for about $9,000 now. Now, the Sony that we viewed and, you know, compared to this projector on the day, that was 12 grand. So in my, I just can't stop thinking that comparatively, you would think that the JVC, the NX7, would be on par with the Sony. And if that's the case, there's no way I'm getting the NX7. Yeah, there's just no way. If the black levels on the NX7 are anywhere like the black levels of the Sony, there's no way I'm going to be spending an extra, you know, few $1,000s on the NX7. But yeah, that's the thing. That experience going into the shop and actually seeing these projectors side by side has basically told me, you know, I've learned one thing, is that you have to go in and see these things in person. Don't rely on what you hear everyone banging on, you know, Facebook and YouTube and so forth. You have to really experience them in person. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm sorry, guys, to the people who have got the Sony, the 570, the native 4K. I don't mean to be banging on bashing your projector. It's not my intent. I just wanted to kind of, you know, just bring into kind of, I had something to kind of compare it to. So I just wanted to let other people know. It's a great projector. It really is. And the black levels are better, but only a little bit better. Let's just move on, I guess. But there you go. I love it. I really do. It's going to suck. I have to take this back tomorrow. Oh well. Had a good run. Had a really nice run. But, I'm going to watch one last movie tonight. And unfortunately, the movie is supposed to suck. But I've got to watch it. It's the only movie that I've got here. That's, well, this the second movie. I've got like 2 movies that are kind of filmed in HDR, and that's one of them. So I want to watch it. It's the Green, is it the Green Knight? I heard that that was supposed to suck. I did watch the first 20 minutes and I wasn't impressed. So I'll see if I can keep going and see if it gets any better. But there you go. Hope you've kind of liked listening to me banging on. Anyway, it's just a bit of the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the lens memory, that is a major factor with me wanting to buy a projector. It has to have lens memory, and the more the better. Now this projector here has 10. You can actually store up to 10 different aspect ratios, and believe me, I will use every single one of them, and that's because I have 3 screens. Remember, I have the 180-inch 16:9 screen that I'm yet to put, you know, the acoustically transparent screen fabric on. I'll be doing that at the end of my build. I also have this screen that we're watching at the moment. This is a 150-inch 16:9 screen, and I also have a 150-inch 4:3 screen that goes from the ceiling all the way to the floor. And I watch my old school Star Trek and so forth on that, as well as any type of IMAX releases like Justice League. So yeah, that lens memory is so important to me, and yeah, I'll tell you now, it works, and it works really well. I got a bit concerned. I really did get some concerned, because I did read quite a few reports where people weren't happy with it, and they didn't think that it worked, and etc., or it wasn't accurate. So what I did is I actually stored, I think I put in the memory about 6, and I basically toggled from screen to screen and different aspect ratios, and it works. I think there was a few occasions where it was out by maybe an inch, like on the side of the screen. It just wasn't filling it up correctly, and it was an easy thing to fix. All I needed to do was bring out my lens shift on the remote control and just move it over. It took me like 20 seconds, if that. So be assured, well, I don't know about the other guys, but I didn't have a problem with it. I was really happy with it. I know that I'm pretty sure the NX7 only has 5 storage lens memory parts to it, so slots or whatever you want to call them. So that's not that great, but hey, listen, if the NX7 has plasma quality blacks, or close to plasma quality blacks, like, I'm not being greedy here, I know you can't get OLEDs and etc. Been in this game for a long time. I'll be happy with that projector if you can get almost plasma quality blacks out of it. But having said that, I love this projector that we're watching now, the Epson EH-TW9400. It's awesome. The brightness, especially when I'm going to be using my 180-inch 16:9 screen, that brightness will really come in handy. In fact, one thing that I have done is I've actually blown up the picture to fit that 180-inch 16:9 screen, and it looked incredible. The brightness was still there. It looked absolutely amazing. So there you go. So unless the NX7 blows my socks off, and I will have to see it in person now, because after going in and seeing the Sony in person and I wasn't impressed, I definitely have to see the NX7 before making a decision whether to buy that. But if I don't get that, I'll get this one, unless they bring out another model of this Epson before I finish, and they probably will. I probably won't finish this cinema for another 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and there's a good chance that Epson will probably bring out a new model. But having said that, I'm going to finish this. There's a hot chick on the screen. It's a good way to finish our little bit of time together. There's another one. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.